Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome to tonight's show. Tonight, we are at the Lucas Oil Speedway for race number 4 for the ASRC Pro Late Model Series. Right now, we got qualifying underway as we got cars taking laps out there on the speedway. We'll get ready to go into qualifying here in a minute, but I believe Brandon Marlowe, quick time as of right now. Jacob Lassiter currently sits P number 2, Trevor Mattingly in P3, Michael Carter in P4, and Tanner Hutchins rounds out the top 5. Currently, we have 13 cars on the premise when it's all said and done, so get ready for some action-packed heat races, along with a 50-lap feature around this Lucas Oil Speedway. We'll see guys use lines from all the way to the bottom right against the wall here tonight, so we should be in for a treat when it's all said and done. A little bit of race information here. Of course, there's no track map as this track's one of the newer ones. We're at the .35, so just over a third-mile speedway here. And, of course, we got to thank all the sponsors. Tonight's race being sponsored by QuickTime Motorsports Media. But then, of course, we got some other sponsors we got to thank here from the series. That being AJ's Auto Detailing, Hubco, Metal Fab, QuickTime Motorsports Media, Pay to Win Setups, Race1.us, and the RC Pro Shop. Now qualifying has wrapped on up. We get ready for heat race number 1. With cars lining on up on the front stretch here, we'll go over tonight's starting lineup. So Brandon Marlowe does get the job done. He picks up the QuickTime Award here tonight. He'll start in P number 1 in that 37 machine. Second, we'll go to Trevor Mattingly in the 13. In row number 2 will be Tanner Hutchins in the 04. Starting to his outside is Dave Payton in the 38 machine. Fifth will be Ricky LeDuc in the 196. Sixth is Aaron Kirby in the 91. And rounding out heat race number 1 here tonight is Michael Guerin in the 78 machine. As everyone get up on your feet, wave your hat, wave your kid, wave whatever you got in your hands. It's the wave lap here for heat race number 1. As these guys will do battle for 8 laps here tonight. As we're missing some big names. With this last update, you know, a lot of people struggling with their setups, trying to get dialed on in, and I think we missed a couple cars not making the show here tonight. I think one of the big ones, I don't believe we have the 13 machine, so we'll have to see how that rolls on out. But off of turn number 4, the field comes. Brandon Marlowe jumps on the loud pedal here. Sorry, we do have the 13 machine, duh. He's right there out on track. As Trevor Mattingly tries to work the outside of Brandon Marlowe, he's got the advantage down the front stretch, so Trevor Mattingly trying to keep the streak alive of heat wins. He'll be looking solid now as he clears the 37 into turn number 3. Mattingly takes over the point here. Marlowe will slot into second. Tanner Hutchins in third. A little bit further back, Dave Payne trying to hold off Ricky LeDuc and Aaron Kirby for that transfer spot. LeDuc gets a piece of that wall down the back stretch as you see this setup here, folks. Hiking up that left front, these guys really working that right rear around the speedway. That left front up throughout this almost entire corner here tonight. As Dave Payton now tries to hold off the 91 of Kirby here for this transfer spot. All of the guys are making tonight's big dance though, so this is just a battle of starting position when they go back to green flag racing action. But up front, Mattingly continues to lead the way here in this race. Dave Payne gets big time sideways. That opens up the door for Kirby. Kirby able to get clear. Now Ricky LeDuc will try and throw his name into this battle here as now he looks to the inside of Dave Payne. Payne has been stuck on this top side this whole time. That time by, folks. Popsicle sticks up in the air for this heat race. 2 laps to go. Out there in front, we'll see the white flag here for Trevor Mattingly, who has Brandon Marlowe to his inside, though. Drag race down the backstretch. Trevor Mattingly maybe with a little bit of a touch from Marlowe, but through 3 and 4, Mattingly will get the job done. He'll pick up the heat win, number 1. Brandon Marlowe will finish second. Tanner Hutchins in third. Kirby fourth. Peyton fifth. LeDuc sixth. And Michael Guerin in seventh. Now we get ready for heat race number 2. With cars jumping out on the grid here. Jacob Lassiter in the 151 machine will start on the pole. Starting to his outside is Michael Carter in the 15. Row number 2 will be made up of Andrew Payne in the 93 with Tanner Tallarico in the 1 to his outside. Row number 3 will be made up of Bobby Mattingly in the 3 with Blake Steele in the 12 starting in 6th. Once again, another stout group of pro late models here. Laster will lead us to green. Michael Carter looking to add another heat win to his stat column on his outside. Then row number 2, Andrew Payne, Tanner Tallarico, and some sweet looking late models with Mattingly and Steele. As of course the wave lap for heat race number 2. Next time by, this field will go green for 7 laps here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. We got Eric in the chat talking about ASRC ran a snowball derby that ended in a green-white checkered. Pretty fun race there. Definitely took a lot out of all these drivers. A lot of these drivers doing double duty, as a little bit of restart games there, a little bit of contact further on back, but we go green here. Laster able to get away with a great start. We'll go mid-pack as Andrew Payne tight off of 2. He'll lose a whole bunch of spots there as he tries to get that car rotated and pointed where he needs to. Bobby Mattingly now up into the 4th position as Andrew Payne tries to find some clean real estate from that 3 car. He can't go too far as Blake Steele's keeping him up on that top side. Mattingly will now look to the inside of Tanner Tallarico. Tanner now stuck on the outside. Oh man, has to give that thing the old shimmy shake, and Andrew Payne goes around on the backstretch. They will kind of keep it green, but we'll go under yellow flag for the first time here tonight and check out what brought out the yellow. I think it may have started with Tanner a little bit getting out of sorts. Andrew Payne and Blake Steele not realizing they're 3 wide just to check up. No one had time to react, and Andrew Payne does a great job at keeping the car rolling, but we are under the yellow flag when it's all said and done. So it looks like no claim on that just yet, unless Andrew Payne might be claiming it, but we'll get ready for a double Delaware restart here. Laster will be out front by himself. Carter will decide low or high, and Tanner will slot on in wherever the 15 does not. So this time by, I believe they will choose that, as it looks like Carter will elect to start on the outside. Tanner will go down low, and the rest of the field will line up how they are supposed to. As Laster's looking really sporty here. We'll see if he can have anything for Mattingly when it's all said and done. Laster's still looking for his first feature win of the season. Laster jumps on the loud pedal here. We go back to green flag racing action here at Lucas Oil Speedway. As that inside line not going anywhere. Tanner Tallarico trying to get that thing rotated to where he likes. That allows Bobby Mattingly to take over that 3rd position here. Now Tanner Tallarico might be under fire from Blake Steele, but out front, Laster, Carter, Mattingly is the top 3. Carter looks like he has some pretty good drive off, just nowhere to go with this track like it is. It's kind of a one groove track right where that nice banking transition is. As I say that, Carter looks to the inside of Lassiter. So side by side for the race lead here with popsicle sticks up in the air. 2 laps to go. Carter will try and get that thing rotated on down low. You can tell he can drive it in there hard, but has to wait a while for that car to rotate. A little bit better rotation there as he gets stuck in the slick stuff though. White flag here for heat race number 2. Carter will try probably one more time down the backstretch. Mattingly right there as well if there is a mistake, but through 3 and 4. Looks like Jacob Lassiter will get the job done and pick up heat win number 2. Michael Carter will finish in 2nd. Bobby Mattingly 3rd. Tanner Tallarico 4th. Blake Steele in 5th. And Andrew Payne in 6th. As we now get ready to head over to our feature event. Starting on the pole, the man that has been taken down, but very hard to beat. It's the 13 machine of Trevor Mattingly. Starting to his outside is Jacob Lassiter in the 151. 3rd will be Brandon Marlowe in the 37. 4th is Michael Carter in the 15. 5th goes to Tanner Hutchins in the 04. 6th is Bobby Mattingly in the 3. 7th goes to Aaron Kirby in the 91. 8th is Tanner Tallarico in the 1. 9th goes to Dave Payton in the 38th. 10th is Blake Steele in the 12th. 11th is Ricky LeDuc in the 196. 12th is Andrew Payne in the 93. And rounding out the field tonight is Michael Guerin in the 78 machine. So that will do it for the starting lineup here tonight at the Lucas Oil Speedway. As the field gets ready to rock and roll, we get pro late models out there moving on the speedway. And these drivers ready to do battle for 50 laps when it's all said and done. As Mattingly starts right where he wants to, he'll try and go for 2 in a row. Jacob Lassiter will restart on the outside front row. As the iRacing pace truck heads down pit road, this was the wave lap, so get ready for racing action, folks, as this time by we now wait for the 13 machine to jump on the loud pedal here. We go to green flag racing action. Mattingly gets away with a great start over Lassiter. Lassiter will slot into 2nd as you see the field throw it on into the corner as we got some cars super sideways here. Dave Payne up in the middle here, but everyone able to keep their cars facing the right direction as we complete lap 1 of 50 here at Lucas Oil. We look at Tanner Hutchins trying to get around Bobby Mattingly. You can tell how much of a handful these race cars are as Mattingly all over the track, but still able to keep that car under power and able to clear the pass over Tanner Hutchins. As Trevor Mattingly leads the way over Lassiter, a little bit of gap to Brandon Marlowe, who has Michael Carter right on his back bumper here in 3 and 4. Probably throw a blanket over this battle here as they are right nose to tail when it's all said and done. We'll jump on board with the back bumper of Brandon Marlowe just to see how close these cars are. You can get a sense of how sideways these things are in the corner. You can just see the rest of the field throughout make their way around these corners, and already 1 lap complete that quickly, folks. And as Trevor Mattingly continues to lead the way, everyone kind of riding on out as they are right now, trying to get this track to wear on in a little bit more. Everyone right now along this top side, right where that transition is, not too much into the marbles, but definitely not in the slick stuff. So We'll have to see how quickly this groove slicks on off with all 13 cars running up top now. A little bit further back, we got Dave Payne and Ricky LeDuc side by side. Payne up top, LeDuc, big slide job, but he jumps the banking, so that allows Payne to get on around. And now LeDuc will try it again as Payne this time pretty much jumps the banking there, so that opens the door back up to the 96. Once again, LeDuc will try the slide job. This time keeps it a little bit more in the groove, but these guys continuing to throw some sliders on each other. LeDuc has to jump on the brakes big time. Steele has to jump out of the way as Dave Payne very slow with that slide job. And Blake Steele doing a great job on the throttle brakes because he knows he cannot make contact with these cars. If you do, you know these things go around instantly. We're right on board with Blake Steele just to see how close it is and listen to him work the throttle and gas with these two throwing sliders in front of him. Ooh, and that time has to make big time evasive maneuvers, but it opens up the door down low, so he's able to get around both of them as now Ricky LeDuc under fire from Tanner Tallarico and I think Andrew Payne, so Dave Payne probably, I don't know if he wasn't fully clear or what happened there, but LeDuc had to jump on the binders big time on that top side, and these guys will once again go at it some more for 9th on the Speedway now. As you can tell, LeDuc getting a little bit straighter than Dave, but Dave able to get the moves done that he needs to ultimately get back in front of the 96. As we look back up towards the front here, Trevor Mattingly leads the way over Lassiter and Brandon Marlowe, who we're looking at in the 3rd position. Marlowe looking pretty solid here, looking for another podium for that 37 machine, but now Michael Carter will try and slide job in contact between the two. Michael Carter and Brandon Marlowe, pretty big contact. That allows the 3 of Bobby Mattingly to join on in the mix as well. So now Bobby Mattingly and Brandon Marlowe will do some battle here as Marlowe will try and get back to the top side right in front of Tanner Hutchins. A little bit of contact as Hutchins will try and clear him off at turn number 2. Looks like he will, and now we'll try and cross him back over. So Brandon Marlowe with that contact has fallen back quite a handful of spots. Currently lost 3 if he does lose this spot to Tanner Hutchins, which it looks like he will off of turn 2, but we'll give it another slide job here as these guys continue to try and sort themselves out. The closest battle on the Speedway in this race almost halfway over already, folks. This race flying on by here from the Lucas Oil Speedway for race number 4 of the ASRC Pro Late Model Series. Of course, tonight being presented by QuickTime Motorsports Media. If you're looking for some sweet sim designs of any kind, be sure to check out QuickTime Motorsports Media. As we look now towards the race lead, Jacob Lasser has closed on Bobby Mattingly about a car length between the 2 leaders. As you can tell, Lasser maybe a little bit higher up on corner entry, and that allows him to throw it in a little bit harder, keep it a little bit straighter. And I think on the gas a little bit sooner than our race leader, but not anywhere to go unless Trevor Mattingly makes some mistake. Laster is going to have to probably wait till this track really changes and then probably throw some slide jobs in these closing stages if he has a move. As you can see already, folks, this top side slickening on off, especially corner entry. You can tell here in 1, very dark as we see Laster start to make his move. He'll try that inside line, see if there's more grip down there. Mattingly will go to the top side, and you see that black slicked off track. As Laster not able to make up too much time, but still not giving up on that inside line until he gets nose to nose with our race leader, but doesn't quite have the drive off as this top line, but able to slowly make ground on him in 1 and 2, but not quite 3 and 4. So now Mattingly will do the same. He'll throw it a little bit lower in 1 and 2 and probably stay up to this top side in 3 and 4. These guys putting on a great battle here for this race lead. Mattingly's one of the best. Same with Laster. Laster, of course, the last Pro Late Models season champion from American Sim Racing Club, so he's trying to do it again. But Mattingly showing off his muscle here once again, leading so far every lap of this main event. Mattingly will go low. Laster will try the high side this time by. Mattingly definitely looking in his mirror now. Will continue to run the bottom and making it work. He's pulling away from Laster, so will we see Laster now try and follow the leader, or maybe he'll try and continue to try and make that top side work as Michael Carter, he'll continue to do probably whatever Laster's not doing as Carter now goes to the inside here in 1 and 2, and we're already halfway over in this race. So far we have been green flagged this whole time, folks. Now Michael Carter closes ever so slightly on Laster, but not able to be close enough to make a move. As pretty soon here, I think we might get some lap traffic before it's all said and done, as now Carter door to door with Laster in 1 and 2. 3 and 4, it definitely seems like the top side is preferred, but 1 and 2, we could see a lot of different moves being made here, as most everyone else kind of strung on out. This is, of course, the closest battle on the Speedway here. This time by for our race leader in the 13T. We will see 15 laps to go. As Laster continues to try and make that top side work, we'll see Michael Carter do the same. Jump to the top side, but I bet in 1 and 2 he'll go back down low. As Laster doing a great job making that top side work, even though you see how killed that top side is, he continues to stay on up there. Out front, we'll take a look, see where this leader is at. Mattingly looks like we'll be both down low on both ends of the Speedway. And I tell you what, pulling away from this field with this inside line, taking it nice and slow, nice and smooth, but most importantly, getting it to hook up where others cannot. That's how we going. How we doing, Zane? We got Zane in the YouTube chat lands. Seems like he's enjoying himself this race, as we got a great race throughout this Speedway, especially for second as we look back at it here between Laster and Carter. The top 5 looking like the following: Trevor Mattingly, Jacob Laster, Michael Carter. Both of them were looking at the screen. Bobby Mattingly in 4th, Tanner Hutchins in 5th. Brandon Marlowe fell back to 6th. Aaron Kirby 7th. Blake Steele up 2 positions in 8th. Dave Payne 9th. And rounding out the top 10 is Ricky LeDuc. Last time by, we saw 10 laps to go. Now into the single digits for this field, as Trevor Mattingly trying to go flag to flag here tonight, as we get a little bit of cloud cover. And with us closing in on the end, we got to do some action shots, folks. We're going to do some turn 3, turn it up. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty, folks, we come back to racing action with 5 laps to go. Laster able to hold off Michael Carter, who has now some lap traffic, that being the one of Tanner Tallarico. So Tanner trying to stay out of the way of these lead cars, but making it some 3-wide racing action here with inside of 5 laps to go. Trevor Mattingly out there way out front. He's hoping it goes green to the end, but these guys, the race isn't over from second on back, as now Bobby Mattingly in the 3M has entered into this battle as well. Bobby Mattingly trying to make the inside of Carter work. Carter trying to make this top side in 3 and 4, but then tries that middle side here. They'll be 3 wide, very close here. Contact between Bobby Mattingly and Michael Carter. This is the battle here for some podium positions. Last time by, we saw popsicle sticks up in the air for Trevor Mattingly. As this time by, we'll see the white flag for the 13T as Bobby Mattingly making that inside line work. He's able to clear Lassiter here. Bobby Mattingly all the way up into second position, but off of turn number 4, Trevor Mattingly gets the job done. He'll pick up the win, but we'll keep an eye here, and it'll be Jacob Lassiter just edging out Michael Carter for third. Tanner Hutchin tried to jump in there as well, but the man of the hour, Trevor Mattingly, adds another win. He wins his third race of the season now. Trevor Mattingly cannot. He is a magician here on the dirt. I tell you what, he has this car figured out. But Trevor Mattingly will bring it down to victory lane. We'll be right back on the other side. I'll give myself a chance to breathe with that action-packed race going flag to flag. And we'll be back with some interviews of the top 3. Don't go anywhere, folks. Alrighty, folks, we are back here at Lucas Oil Speedway, now dialing up our third place finisher, that being the 151 of Jacob Lassiter. Jacob, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
Yeah, I got you.
Alrighty, man. That was a heck of a battle. We go flag to flag, and I tell you what, that probably was exhausting. Even 50 laps, it seemed like everyone had their hands full out there tonight.
Yeah, man, it was a good race. I was a little sketchy on the setup when we first started practicing. When I got in here, I was like, man, this thing's kind of free, but it kind of lended itself for some good racing on top and the bottom.
Yeah, I tell you what, you were one of the first to jump down low and try that inside line, and it didn't. It seemed to work a little bit for you, but then Trevor Mattingly really got it to work. And it seemed like you were then either stuck on the top side or kind of preferred the top side. What kind of happened there mid-race to you, Jacob?
No, I mean, I went down there, and then Trevor, he seen me go down there. I guess I got a nose on him, and he was able to clear me. And then when he got down there, I wasn't going to be able to pass him, so I just went back up to the top and hoped that the top would stay in enough that I could be consistent enough to at least get back up to him. But then once Michael got on the inside of me and we started racing, I lost touch with Trevor because when you get to battling somebody, it's hard to catch somebody. You know what I mean, when you're racing hard with somebody. But all in all, I thought it was a pretty good race.
Yeah, I tell you what, Jacob, the battle between you and Michael, heck of a battle there between you two, and then Dad Bobby Mattingly at the end there on top of it with all that. I mean, that was really fun to watch. I think I had the camera on you guys the most tonight with that awesome battle there.
Yeah, man, it was a good race. Anytime you can race with some guys and kind of trust each other. I've raced with Michael quite a bit with this league, and I know Bobby and Trevor, and anytime you can race with guys and feel comfortable around them, it makes for a lot better racing. Me and Bobby made a little bit of contact, but it was just hard racing. Well, I was going for the same real estate, but man, it's just part of it. It's hard racing, and he did a good job. Got a podium tonight, and hats off to him. And good win to Trevor tonight again, just dominating this thing.
Yeah, I tell you what, that 13T I think needs to be looked over a lot in tech tonight with how good he's been running. But Jacob, you had yourself another podium here talking with me at the end of the show. Always a good sign. And before we let you go, I'm going to go hand over the mic to you and thank who you got to thank for this great consistency that we see now from the 151 team.
Just got to thank Team Hot Tub Heroes. Just got to thank all them guys for all their help and support. And been able to get on as much, working a bunch of hours. So when I'm able to get on and run with a group like that, it means a lot. And I got to thank Max Green, as always, Such Shop, 789 Designs with the wrap on the car. I got to thank you guys for the broadcast. I got to thank the ones that put this league on, Dave and all them that do it. Man, they do a heck of a job running this league, and I hate to see the car count fall off, man. Maybe it's just a product of the build or whatever the issue may be. Close to the holidays, maybe that's the issue. But maybe we can get the car count back up because it's a good late model league. Probably one of the top 3 that I run. So I really enjoy running this league. I gotta thank the wife as always for taking care of the little one. Couldn't do it without her support.
Yeah, Jacob, I tell you what, to echo how good this league is, we went flag to flag tonight at a kind of tough track. Slide jobs not easily done here with how this banking is and whatnot. So heck of a job by all you guys, and heck of a job by you once again, Jacob. Congrats on another podium for you tonight.
I appreciate it, man.
Alrighty, Jacob. Well, have yourself a great rest of the night, and we'll catch you around. Alrighty, so now we'll dial up our second place finisher, that being Bobby Mattingly in the 3. Bobby, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
Yes, sir, I sure do.
Alrighty, man. Heck of a job by you here tonight. You came out of nowhere to snatch a runner-up finish. How was this 3 car, and how'd you do it there at the end?
Well, I was basically trying to follow everybody else on the high side, and then when it went to the bottom, them guys pulled me a little bit, and probably about the last 7 or 8 laps, I said, well, let's try the middle and see what happens. And it came in, and I started reeling them in a little bit, and they
Oh, I think we lost you after that a little bit. Are you still there, Bobby? Oh, we're having some technical difficulties. You got me, Bobby? Well, Bobby, if you can hear me, I'm going to go interview Trevor, and we'll come back to you if you can get it sorted out, all right? Alrighty, Trevor. Bobby having a little bit of issues there with seemed like his mic he cut off mid-sentence, so we'll dial up you for a minute. We'll try him again later. But down in victory lane, Trevor, how you doing tonight?
Pretty good, buddy. How about you?
Oh, man, pretty good. We go flag to flag. I tell you what, that was a very quick race, but I'm sure it was still very stressful in the car. It seemed like these things were a little bit of a handful here tonight at Lucas Oil. What'd you think of the car?
Yeah, I ran a couple practice races before the actual race tonight, and it seemed different than what I would normally run as a setup, but all in all, it made for some good racing there.
Yeah, I tell you what, it seemed like, especially there at the end, you could be in the top, middle, or the high side and make it all work. You saw Jacob Lassiter right before halfway, go to the bottom side, kind of make it work, and then from that point, you went to the bottom, and man, did you really make it work. What was kind of the secret, and how'd you know to go to the bottom?
I actually struggle around the high side most of the time here, and Jacob was right on me the entire time. I was just waiting for him to throw a slider, and once I see him, I was actually waiting for someone to go down there and make it work, and then I was going to go down there because I prefer the bottom here more than anything. And he stuck his nose down there. We raced a couple laps, and I actually got clear of him and started hitting it, and the rest is history. I
Yeah, I tell you
put it
what,
in there,
Trev.
and
Oh, go ahead.
I was just keeping consistent. The main thing is getting the car turned into the corner. The setup didn't really like the bottom, but where there was so much tacky down there, you can make it work as long as you got the car to turn.
Yeah, it did seem like you really had to pitch it on in here tonight, especially on that inside. And yeah, if you didn't get that front end settled, it seemed like these cars took on off in a hurry.
Yeah, definitely. There towards the end, I was driving it as hard as I could in the corner and just stabbing the brake, getting it turned, and then driving it out. And it was a little loose off, but you just gotta not be so happy on the throttle.
Yeah, that takes a lot of skill from a driver because you know your instincts always, well, I got to go faster and punch it a little bit sooner, but not, especially on the bottom side. And these pro late models, you know, award, let's say, rhythm and momentum. And I tell you what, Trevor, you do a great job at that week in, week out. This is win number 3 for the season. And I mean, how many more are you thinking of this in this season?
We're gonna do all we can, man. There's several guys in here that could win every week we come out. It's a lot to do with starting spots, and me and Brandon had a heck of a heat race there, and starting on the high side, I think benefited me in that. And I got around him and started on the pole, and that was the main thing. Because I mean, there wasn't really much passing going on until about lap 25 of this thing.
Yeah, that was the key, I think, as well, Trevor. You know, starting out front, leading the way, being able to, you know, pick the line and hopefully no one throw a slider on you. And then, yeah, once you got to that bottom side, like you said, you know, you're a rocket ship down there. So, Trevor, before we let you go, celebrate down in victory lane for the 3rd time this season, I'm going to go hand over the mic to you and thank who you got to thank on this 13T.
First off, I got to congratulate Bobby on the podium finish. He hasn't had much luck in the past couple, and he's definitely gonna be up here some more this season. And happy for him getting the 2nd place. And got to thank Hot Lap Heroes, Brandon and Jacob. Kudos to them for the heck of a race tonight, like always. Aaron Kirby for the wrap. FMS Rapid Graphics. T-Mat Speed Shop. Got to thank all the contingency sponsors for putting this league on. Zach for adminning it, doing a heck of a job that he does. And you for putting on this awesome broadcast.
Alrighty, well, awesome stuff from our race winner. Trevor, you have a good rest of your night, and I can't wait to see what that 13T has to offer next time on the Speedway. You have yourself a great rest of the night. Go celebrate it.
Alrighty, appreciate it, man. I think Bobby's got his stuff fixed too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll get him here. So, Trevor, have a good one.
All right, thanks, man.
Alrighty, folks. Now we'll head back to interview our 2nd place finisher. I think Bobby's got his stuff figured out. Bobby, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
Yes, sir. I got you loud and clear.
Alrighty, I got you as well. Awesome stuff. So we were saying, I think that battle and making this track work, I mean, that was impressive to watch, and how quickly you made those moves inside of 10 laps to go, let's say.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't want to just follow those guys. Michael and Jacob were racing pretty hard there, and one was high and one was low, and I was like, well, let me try this middle, and I started gaining on them, and they made a couple little mistakes, and I was able to capitalize.
Yeah, it was a heck of a run. And Bobby, looking at the time and scoring, you were the biggest mover of tonight, and that's saying a lot because, you know, it was all green flag. We went flag to flag, so to make up 4 positions under green, that's pretty impressive around the Speedway.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I think I've had the speed lately. I just can't have any luck or make bad decisions, and it just things haven't been going my way. I knew I'd get here eventually. It's just to be able to talk to you. It took me longer than I wanted to, but I'm here now.
Yep, and that's all that matters. You know, I like to say, you know, it's always a good night to be talking to the broadcaster at the end, especially if, you know, your points racing and looking at the championship and all that fun stuff. But yeah, Mattingly 1-2. I mean, that's got to put a smile on both your guys' faces.
Yeah, it does a lot. Trevor's my nephew, and we started this, I guess, back when COVID first started, and I can't outrun him now. Used to, I could outrun him every once in a while. He's done left me behind. He's a whole lot faster. I'm just thankful to run second to him.
Yeah, I tell you what, there's a lot of stout cars, as you know, in this league, and to finish on the podium any night is a big accomplishment when it's all said and done. So, Bobby, before we let you go, glad you got your stuff working, but before we let you go, I'm going to go hand over the mic to you. Thank who you got to thank here tonight from Lucas Oil Speedway.
Well, of course, I got to thank my team, Trevor and Tanner and Aaron. Got to thank FMS Rapid Graphics, Aaron, for the wrap. If anybody needs a wrap, hit him up. I got to thank Big Al's Guns, Hugo's Trucking, Keltner Contracting, and just you guys, or the guys for putting on the league, Zach and them. And then, of course, last but not least, got to thank you for putting on the broadcast.
All righty, Bobby. Well, congrats again on the runner-up finish. That's, like I said, heck of a job by you, and awesome moves you made there at the end. That was really fun to watch, and you have yourself a great rest of the night, and hopefully this is a good sign of your luck turning on around. Hopefully we'll be talking to you some more.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. You have a good evening as well.
All righty, folks. That was our second place finisher, Bobby Mattingly, able to finish runner-up, and a heck of a job by him when it's all said and done to put on those moves there at the end. Not a easy task to do when it's all said and done. So, folks, we'll run through tonight's race results and get us on out of here nice and early as we go flag to flag here from Lucas Oil Speedway. Trevor Mattingly picks up his third win of the season in the 13 machine. Bobby Mattingly, his uncle, will finish in second in the 3. Third goes to Jacob Laster in the 151. Fourth is Michael Carter in the 15. Rounding out the top 5 is Tanner Hutchins in the 04. Sixth is Brandon Marlowe. We saw his kind of contact there, lost a handful of spots. He'll end up in 6th. 7th goes to Aaron Kirby in the 91. 8th is Blake Steele in the 12. 9th goes to Dave Payne in the 38th. Rounding out the top 10 is Ricky LeDuc in the 196. 11th is Andrew Payne in the 93. 12th is Tanner Tallarico in the 1. And rounding out the field tonight is Michael Guerin in the 78 machine. So, folks, we're in and out of here tonight from Lucas Oil Speedway. Got to give a big shout out to all the live viewers tuning on in with us, watching a great race of these drivers doing battle here tonight on this 1/3 mile speedway. Got to give a shout out to Eric and Zane jumping in the YouTube chat lands. Got to give a shout out to all the replay viewers, as well as all the competitors and the admins that make this series happen. Of course, we got to give a huge shout out to QuickTime Motorsports Media for tonight's sponsorship of the race. Also, we got to give some shout outs to all the other sponsors of the series, that being AJ's Auto Detailing Hub Co., Metal Fab, QuickTime Motorsports Media, Pay to Win Setups, Race1.us, and the RC Pro Shop. So everyone, take care. Have a good one. We'll catch you on the flip side. I've been Brett to the Jet from Turn 3 Racing Network. Be sure to tune in to Turn 3 throughout the week to catch awesome, great racing from all sorts of different leagues and series. So everyone stay safe, have a good one, and we'll catch you next time. I've been Brett the Jet, and I just flew by you. Have a good one.